In this video, we're going to be making a top 10 list of the best gods in toilet tower defense. We're going to fill up this sheet with my favorite top 10 gods. Most of this is going to be based on power. Power and special abilities are going to give points to each one of these gods. And by the end of this video, we're going to find out who's the #1 god in toilet tower defense. Additionally to reviewing all the gods, we're also gonna make them shiny, just to see what the max power is on each shiny god. So stay tuned and buckle up. It's time for top 10 in toilet tower defense. Coming in at number 10 on the list is the Witch Camera Woman. Of course, she's a shiny, and the reason she makes number 10 is not only her dropping range. She's expensive to put up. That's why she didn't make it up higher on the list than number 10, but she made it on the list because of her drop range already starts at 30 blocks, and the damage already starts at 10,000. When you fully max her out, she's doing 166,000 DPS as a shiny. The regular unit doesn't do as much. It does 110,000 K. Also, another reason she made on list is because she does have a slowing power and she has splash, which gives her the rightful title of number 10. Coming in at number 9 was the Titan Pencil Woman. Also pretty good range on her as well. I'm gonna go ahead and stick her up front if I can. There we go. And she also starts with a range of 25. The reason the Titan Pencil Woman made it on the list, because a Titan Pencil Woman as a non-shiny has 120k DPS. As a shiny, she goes all the way to 180. Also, the missiles shooting out of the top of her head, I really like the effect. It is a good looking unit, even though I said that's not going to be a requirement to get on the list, is what they look like, but their power and abilities only. So the Titan Pencil Woman comes in at number 9. At number 8, we have the Eternal Clock, and I'm going to have to set him back because he's like huge. The reason he's number 8 is because there's one thing I don't like about him. His hitbox is gigantic. You can't literally put him anywhere. The normal Eternal Clock has 121k DPS, and as a shiny, it goes to 181. The only reason the Eternal made it on the list is because of the high DPS. Also, its cost. It's only 700 to put down, so it's kind of like a mid-starter unit. With the low cost and the high DPS, the Eternal Clock comes in at number 8. At number 7 is a favorite unit of a lot of people, and that's going to be the Sergeant Drillman. The Sergeant Drillman's definitely making the list, and I know some of you might want it higher than this. I have it at number 7 due to its low cost and very high DPS. A lot of you don't want the Sergeant to be even on the list because the normal Sergeant only has 40k DPS and only 12,000 damage as a shiny. So you're probably wondering, hey, why did this even make it on the list? Well, here's why. It has a damage boost and a cooldown boost. And for drill units, it's even higher. It's about 30% on drill units. So this is like one of the favorite boosters, especially if you use a lot of drills. As you can see, I'm getting 16.5 and 16.5 on the shiny Titan Pencil Woman, sitting right next to it. Its range is only 35 and its damage is only 12,000, but because of the boost, it makes it in at number 7. At number 6 is one of my favorite units of all time. It is the King Drillman. The reason I picked the King Drillman and he's mid on the list is because of his boost. Also, he's only 200 to put down, which makes him a great starter unit. The cheapest god you can put down is the Sergeant Drillman and the King, and they're both boosters. That's why they're both on the list. The regular King Drillman goes to 120k DPS, and the shiny goes all the way to 90,000 DPS, a range of 70, a damage boost of 27.5, and a cooldown of 0.5. It boosts the drills as well, but not as much as the shiny Sergeant Drillman does. So now we can see that my drill boost here, damage on the shiny Titan Pencil Woman, has jumped up to 27.6%, which is a lot. And if you look at the Sergeant, he's gone up 33%. 100%. The King Drill definitely makes it on this list at number 6 because not only can he boost units, he can boost other boosters. So he's like a double booster. And that's why he's one of my favorite units in the whole game. At number 5, we got a weird one. And the reason I put it on the list at number 5 is because of the DPS. And that is the Axe upgraded Titan Speaker Man. Unfortunately, he would have been a little higher because his DPS is great, but his hitbox sucks and his range kind of sucks as well. As a regular unit, he's 130k DPS, and as a shiny, he's like a lot more. And his range is 70. Also, I think he's one of the coolest looking units. Again, that didn't qualify him on the list, but he is super dope looking. It's a well-deserved spot for the Axe, and he comes in at number 5. Stay tuned to see who the top 4 units are. We're only seconds away from revealing who are the top 4 gods in Toilet Tower Defense. Can you guess in the comments? Now it's time for the final 4. Coming in at number 4 is the shiny upgraded Strider Toilet. And the reason he comes in number 4 is he does have an explosion radius. Once you start to max him out, when you get to level 5, you're going to see there's an explosion radius of 12. Now, the regular upgraded Strider Toilet only has a DPS of 130k, which puts him on the top 10 list. As you can see with the shiny, that almost doubles. Also, I like the way he looks, the way he has this rocket that gives you a splash. It can kill a lot of units really fast, and that's why the Strider Toilet comes in at number 4. At number 3, and I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for this. This is going to be kind of controversial. Is the Doom. And the reason I have the Doom at number 3 instead of number 2 is the DPS on the regular unit is only about 130k. The unit that comes in number 2 is 140k. But the Doom is one of people's favorites, and as a shiny Doom, it's doing 195k, a range of 60, and a 10% on the Assassin, which I've actually never seen this Assassin come out. So compare that damage to the regular damage at 130k. The shiny is way better when you're using the Doom shiny. I do like this unit. I like to see a lot of slashing. I like the way he slashes, and I like the way he looks. But the reason he's on the list is 130k, plus he does have an ability, even though that ability of Assassin Chance is not really that good. And I'm not even sure what the Assassin's like damage is. It doesn't say what the damage is or the health on the Assassin. Hopefully I'll get one to spawn out while this video is going. But our Titan Doom Speaker is definitely worthy of spot number 3. Now you're probably curious, what's the number 2 unit? Well, we're about to find out. And this is actually an older god from several updates ago. The number 2 unit, number 2 for me, is the shiny Aquadian Speaker Man. And you're probably wondering why it doesn't have any special abilities. Well, the main unit is 140k DPS non-shiny. This unit as a shiny is substantially more. It's 210 DPS if it's a shiny compared to 140k DPS non-shiny. A lot of people are probably saying the Doom should have been higher than the Aquadian. Range is 80. It's huge, and its DPS is big as well. The range on the shiny Titan Doom Speaker is only 60, and it has a less DPS, and that's the reason the Aquatic got number 2 spot and the Doom got number 3. And now, without further ado, and you guys probably already guessed it at the beginning of the video, the number 1 god in TTD is the shiny Titan Centurion Speaker Man. This is the best god you can get in the game, and it is super OP. A lot of people are using this in Endless in the main game now, not just partner server. It's extremely affordable, just like the Sergeant and the King. It's only 400 to drop. It's only 600 to upgrade, and 3,000 to upgrade, 6,000 to upgrade, 8,000, 9,000, and gets you to level 6. The damage is 195k as a shiny, but the regular damage on the non-shiny is 130k. So it's pretty decent. Yes, it has less than the Aquatic, but it has a slowing ability, and that's why it's now number 1. Not only is it one of the best looking units in the whole game, its abilities to slow, and it jumps up and grabs toilets when they come by, kind of like the assassin, is why I think this is the number 1 god in the entire game. If you disagree with me, that's okay. Go ahead and put it in the comments. I'll read it. And make sure you subscribe or you're a nub.